Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel and to another video. I'm here with a book tag video for you today, and it is the end of year book tag. This was originally created by Ariel Bissett, I think. I will try and find a link to your channel and I'll pop it in the box down below, but this is essentially the end of year book tag. We're nearly at the end of the year, which is crazy. It's currently, what day are we on? The 8th of November, so I think this is probably a good time to get this video tag done. I don't think I've done the end of year book tag previously, so I think this is my first time doing it, but I thought it sounds like a lot of fun. I've seen a couple of other people do this tag. Steph has done one, Kim's done one, Becca's from Becca Fowles done one, so I wanted to jump on the end of year book tag bandwagon and do a video for it. So basically there are 6 questions that you need to answer and pick a book out for those questions. So this is essentially end of the year book tag, books that you want to get to by the end of the year, reading plans for next year, that kind of stuff. So without further ado, let's just get into the end of year book tag. Okay guys, so question number 1, I've got the questions on my phone. Question number 1 is, are there any books you've started this year that you need to finish? Yes, there is. I do have one book. I got 50 pages in and put it down and I haven't picked it back up again. So I'm going to do a restart this one. And I can't believe I haven't finished this book yet or even made a dent into it. But it is Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. I'm quite ashamed that I haven't finished this one yet. This came out this year. This was indie published, but it's now been traditionally published, and it came out earlier on in, I think it was October, I think it came out. Apologies for the lighting situation, guys. It's getting a bit darker now in the UK, a bit earlier, so it's currently about nearly 3:30 and it's already starting to get dark. So I apologise for the lighting situation. But this is essentially fantasy romance with dragons. If you like Fourth Wing, I think you probably would enjoy this one. It's enemies to lovers romantasy, I believe, about our main character, Elwyn. I think that's how you pronounce it. She's a princess, fearing the power his daughter would wield through her soul bond with the creatures. Her dad imprisons her for many years, and she's trying to break out of this bond with dragons until a daring rescue saved Elwyn from his clutches, but left her 5 precious dragons at his mercy. So basically, she's decided to go to war against her own father to try and rescue her dragons. And Caden, who is, I think he's the commander of Varaveth, who are basically her kingdom's allies, and I think they have to work together, and it's basically enemies to lovers romance. So it sounds really up my street, and I can't believe I haven't read this one yet. I'm actually planning to read this next week, so this will definitely be read, but by the end of the year. So I think I got 50 pages in, and yeah, I got 76 pages in and I haven't actually continued it, so I think I'm going to restart it. But can I just quickly show you guys my Taylor Swift bookmark with the friendship bracelets? I'm obsessed. So yeah, I'm definitely going to get this read by the end of the year, and I'm just obsessed with this cover, you guys. It's absolutely stunning. So yeah, I'm definitely going to get to this by the end of the year for sure. Guys, so question number 2 is, do you have any autumnal books to transition into the end of the year? I have picked out 2 for this question actually because I couldn't decide. One of them is a horror, which I'm planning to use for my horror bingo board. If you don't know the horror bingo board, this was created by Sarah from Book of Reading. I did my own video with my own horror bingo board, so if you want to check that out, I'll leave a link to that in the box down below, and also Sarah's channel as well. But I think I'm going to use this for a free space that I have on my bingo board, and I got this gifted to me quite recently from Stephanie, so thank you so much, Stephanie, for gifting this to me. And it is How to Survive a Horror Movie by Scarlett Dunmore, and I think that this looks really fun. It's definitely horror October vibes to me. I don't know, I don't think it's set around Halloween. It kind of gives me like Halloween kind kind of horror slasher vibes, so I'm really excited for this one. I haven't actually read the synopsis for this one actually. So it says, horror enthusiast Charlie is determined to keep a low profile when she's enrolled at a girls' boarding school on a remote island. That is, until someone starts killing off her senior class. From a masked figure prowling the grounds to severed heads in fridges, Charlie has found herself at the heart of a horror movie, and it only gets worse. She's now seeing the ghosts of her former classmates. Haunted by her peers, literally, and with everyone beginning to suspect her, Charlie has to do something. She and her best friend Olive are the only ones who can understand the rules of horror. They know never to split up or investigate strange noises in the dark, so it's up to them to solve the murders before graduation. Charlie just needs those pesky ghosts to shut up and give her a hand. So it sounds really, really fun. It kind of gives me Scooby... I don't know why, but it gives me Scooby-Doo vibes. But yeah, I'm really excited for this one, so I think this will be perfect to go into the end of the year, and I don't think it's, I don't think it'll be too scary. I think it's YA, so hopefully I will have a good time for it. So yeah, thank you, Stephanie, for gifting this to me, so I'm really excited for getting to this one. And my second choice for question number 2 is actually going to be Steph's Patreon buddy read, Steph from Steph Loves. I'm part of her Patreon, so this is the buddy read pick for November and December, and I'm definitely reading this in November because I don't want to have this running into December. So I am so excited for this one. It's definitely autumn cozy vibes, which I think will be perfect for the end of the year, and it is Rewitched by Lucy Jane Wood, and this came out this year, and this is the stunning Waterstones special edition. Look at the little cat. It's so adorable. And I think the second one is going to be coming out next year, and I can't remember what the second one is called, and it's also signed by Lucy Jane Wood as well. I know Jodie read this fairly recently and she gave it 5 stars as one of her new favourite books of the year, which definitely gets my interest really, really high, because I think me and Jodie have got quite similar reading tastes, so I'm really excited for this one. So in this we're following Belladonna Blackthorn. Hasn't lost her magical spark, but she hasn't seen it in a while either. Balancing work at her beloved London bookshop, Lunar Books, with handling her toxic boss and concealing her witchcraft from those around her, Belle is burnt out. Perfecting the potential of her magic is the last thing on her mind, but when her 30th birthday brings a summons from her coven, and the trial that tests her worthiness as a witch, Belle risks losing her magic forever, with only a few months to fix it. Things and a suspicion that dark forces may be working against her, Belle needs all the help she can get, from the women in her life, from an unlikely mentor figure, and even from an infuriatingly coven watchman who's sworn to protect her. With found family, a dash of romance, and an uplifting message about self-love, Rewitched is a cosy autumnal fantasy that will leave readers spellbound. So it sounds adorable, and I love the fact it's about a young witch that's like just turning 30, because I've just turned 30 myself, so I think I'll definitely relate to Belle in this one for sure. It's time to rediscover her magic, so yeah, I'm really, really excited for this one. Okay guys, so we have question number 3, and question number 3 is, are there any anticipated releases you're still waiting for? I do have a couple that I'm really excited for, and one of them I think we are going to be getting in a Fairy Loot box this month potentially. I'm not sure, but I think I am quite confident it's going to be in a subscription box, and it is The Teller of Small Fortunes by Julie Leong, and this is a cozy fantasy, I think, an adult cozy fantasy, and I won't read the whole synopsis, but it's basically a wandering fortune teller finds an unexpected family in this warm and wonderful debut fantasy, perfect for readers of Travis Baldree and Sangu Mandana, and I loved Legends and Lattes and The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, so this is definitely up my street, and I can't wait for the Fairy Loot edition when that does come in eventually. I'm going to go my Waterstones app, because there are a couple that I'm really excited for. One of them, which is coming out on the 19th of November, it says on here, and that is The Songbird in the Heart of Stone by Carissa Broadbent. I think this is the 3rd book in the Crowns of Nyaxia series. The first 2 books were The Serpent and the Wings of Night and The Ashes and Star Cursed King. yeah, this first book in a stunning new duology. So I think this is a duology set within the same world. There's vampires, and I really liked Serpent and the Wings of Night, so I'm really excited for that one. Another one that I'm really excited about, A Curse Carved in Bone by Daniel L. Jensen. This doesn't come out until March next year, but this is the second book in after A Fate Inked in Blood by Daniel L. Jensen, my current favourite book of the year. I think it is my favourite book of the year. I absolutely adored that book. It was so good. Norse mythology, forbidden romance. It was just perfect. I absolutely loved it so much. So this is the final book in that duology, which I'm really excited for. Another one that I've seen, which is coming out in January 2025, is Immortal by Sue Lin Tan. Sue Lin Tan is the author of Daughter of the Moon Goddess, which I absolutely loved. I love that duology. So this is a brand new release from her. It says, from Sunday Times bestselling author, Daughter of the Moon Goddess, a breathtaking new romantic fantasy filled with dangerous secrets, forbidden magic, and passion. So it sounds really, really good, and the cover looks absolutely stunning. If I know Sue Lin Tan's book covers, it will be absolutely stunning. So that's on my list as well. Heavenly Bodies by Amani Iru. That really, really intrigues me. I think it might be coming in a subscription box as well. But it sounds really, really good. A prophecy promises she will fall for a star, and that it will kill them both. Yet when the star of wrath and war descends to hunt Alara, the neighbouring kingdom sees an opportunity to take her from her home, the Kingdom of Night, to Helios, Kingdom of Light, where she strides straight into the arms of an enemy prince. There, Alara is forced to either let Prince Lorenzo train her into a weapon worthy of battling against the tyrannical reign of the stars, or to accept her fate. But there are shadows even within the Kingdom of Light, and they threaten to reveal the darkness in Lorenzo's past and the ancient magic that slumbers in Alara's veins, and with that, the undeniable star-cross pull between them. That sounds amazing too. I mean, it kind of gives me the vibes of the Hurricane Wars, but I didn't really love the Hurricane Wars, so I'm a little bit nervous, but it does sound really, really good. And I think it is going to come in a subscription box, so I'm quite excited to see what that looks like. Potentially the Romantasy Fairy, I think. But I don't have the Romantasy subscription anymore, so if it's really, really, really pretty, I'll try and get it through on Vinted. But yeah, I think those are the releases that I'm really, really excited for the end of the year and into 2025. Okay guys, so we have question number 4, and that is, what 3 books would you still like to read before the end of the year? So I've got 3 very, very different books. So I'm going to kick off with the first book I don't physically own, but I'm going to read it on my Kindle. And that is, it's on my horror bingo board, and I used it for the prompt for Out of My Comfort Zone because it deals with body horror, and I think I did mention it in my horror bingo board video. And that is The Eyes Are the Best Part by Monica Kim. This is not a wintry book, it's not cosy, it's a horror, adult horror, and this just gives me the heebie-jeebies. There's body horror involved, but Steph has actually just read this recently and she gave it 4 stars, so it has piqued my interest a little bit more because I think she really enjoyed it. But yeah, this deals with body horror. Anything with eyes, I'm just like, it really, really freaks me out. It just gives me the heebie-jeebies. But yeah, I mean, the synopsis does sound really, really good. So, it says on here, Crying in H Mart meets My Sister the Serial Killer, which I haven't read, in this feminist psychological horror about the making of a female serial killer from a Korean American perspective. So we're following Ji Won's life tumbles into disarray in the wake of her appa's extramarital affair and subsequent departure. So her dad has had an affair, her mother distraught, her younger sister hurt and confused, her college freshman grades failing, her dreams horrifying yet enticing. And in them, Ji-won walks through bloody rooms full of eyes, succulent blue eyes, salivatingly blue eyes the same shape and shades as George George's, who is Uma's obnoxious new boyfriend. So her mum's got this new boyfriend called George. George has already overstayed his welcome in her family's claustrophobic apartment. He brags about his puffed up consulting job, ogles Asian waitresses while dining out, and acts condescending towards Jae-won and her sister, as if he deserves all of Uma's fawning attention. No, George doesn't deserve anything from her family. Jae-won will make sure of that, for no matter how many victims accumulate around her campus or how many she must deceive and manipulate, Jae-won's hunger and her rage deserve to be sated. A brilliantly invented, subversive novel about a young woman unravelling. Monica Kim's The Eyes of the Best Part is a story of a family falling apart and trying to find their way back to each other, marking a bold new voice in horror that will leave readers mesmerised and craving more. So the actual synopsis sounds really interesting, but it's just the whole body horror, it puts me off so much. But I want to get it off my horror bingo board so I can say that I've done it, and I'm desperate to read it by the end of the year. So, I mean, I might try and get to it in November, but it might have to be in December. It's not the winter read at all, but I'm determined to get that read by the end of the year. So that's going to be on my end of year TBR. Okay guys, so next up, the next book I have decided to go for is the first book in the new read-along that the Catch Up Book Club are doing. The Catch Up Book Club, if you don't know, is hosted, there's a few different hosts. One of them's Becca from Becca in the Books, and Sandra for Got a Thing for Things. And this new read-along that they're doing is the Faithful and the Fallen series by Jung Gwyn. So for November and December, the focus will be on the first book, which is Malice by Jung Gwyn. So this is definitely, I need to get to this by the end of the year. So I don't think I'll have time for it in November, so definitely in December I need to try and prioritise this. This is high epic fantasy about, there's a prophecy between two champions, the Black Sun and the Bright Star. There's armies of men and giants clash in battle. Corbin, who's our main character, watches enviously as boys become warriors and only yearns to join them, determined that he will make his family proud. It is only when everything he knows is threatened that he discovers the true cost of becoming a man. So I don't know how I feel about this one, because I am in a bit of a epic fantasy slump, so I don't know how this is going to go, but I am really excited to actually take part in one of these read-alongs. They did do the Robin Hobb, the year the Elderlings read along a few years ago, and that's another series that I need to finish. I definitely need to get to that series at some point, but I'll chat more about that probably later on in this video. But yeah, Malice by Jung Gwyn, I need to read by the end of the year, because I think the live show will be in January, so I do need to get to this. Okay guys, and my final book for this question is actually the start of a new romance series I've been very, very keen to get to, and the first book is all winter themed, so I think this will be perfect to try and read by the end of the year, and that is Love Like Farms by B.K. Borison. This is the first book in, I don't know what the series is called. It doesn't say. I think it's just the Love Like Farms series. But yeah, this is the first book, and each book focuses on a different season. So we have winter for our first book, and this is just giving all the winter vibes, and I am obsessed. Absolutely obsessed. So in this, we're following our main character, who is called Stella. She's called Stella, and she works on a Christmas tree farm, and the Christmas tree farm is getting into a little bit of debt, and so she ends up entering this contest with an Instagram influencer, and with the added publicity and the huge cash prize, she might just be able to save the farm from its financial woes. There's just one problem. To make the farm seem like a romantic destination for the holidays, she lied on the application and said that she owns Love Like Farms with her boyfriend, only that it is no boyfriend. So there's a bit of fake dating in here with her best friend Luke Peters. He's just come home for some hot chocolate and somehow got a farm and a serious relationship in the process. Will their fake love affair save Love Like Farms in time for Christmas? So it sounds really, really fun. I'm not a huge fan of fake dating, but I have heard really good things. Steph gave this 5 stars, I think. And I think the whole series, I think she's really been enjoying it. So I'm desperate to get to this one by the end of the year, and I'm just loving all these like wintry Christmas vibes. Stunning. So those are the 3 books I'm determined to get to you by the end of the year. Okay guys, so question number 5 we have, is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favourite book of the year? I don't think it will be a new favourite book of the year, but I think maybe The Eyes of the Best Part could shock me in terms of like the whole body horror aspect of it. I could actually really enjoy it, because that book just terrifies me. The Evernight edition, if you've seen that book, just terrifies me. It's absolutely disgusting to look at, but I can kind of see the point of what they're trying to get across on the book cover. But that could potentially shock me and be a new favourite. And also probably Malice by John Gwynne. I'm starting obviously a new high epic fantasy series. I'm a little bit nervous, but I think I could really enjoy this one and enjoy the series because I do like the idea of the plot for sure. So yeah, this could potentially be a new favourite by the end of the year. So I'm excited for both books. I'm excited to give them a go, but I think probably these two could shock me the most and I could actually really enjoy it. Because I've definitely been in a bit of a high epic fantasy slump recently, so I definitely think maybe this one could be the one that could break the slump potentially. Okay guys, we've reached our final question for the end of year book tag, and that is, have you started making reading plans for the next year? Yes, I am really excited for 2025. I'm determined that this is going to be the year I'm going to try and put a lot more effort into my channel and try and do more content. Actually restarting my book club up again from January, so do stay tuned for that. I'm going to be doing an announcement for that, to try and be a bit more active in the community. I think I'm already active in the community, but I want to try and be a bit more, have a bit more of a regular schedule for next year. I have some video project ideas that I would love to do for 2025. I've been speaking to people about doing certain things, so which is really exciting. Try and maybe do more wrap-ups next year because I've never really done wrap-ups before. So that's an idea that I've got, to try and have a regular sprinting schedule, to try and do that as often as I can. Try and do it sprint maybe once or twice a week potentially. So yeah, that's kind of the plan. I think 2025 I want to try and regrow my channel a bit more and try and be a bit more active, I think, in the community as well. In terms of like what I'm reading, I'd like to maybe definitely focus on my horror bingo board, TBR, for next year. So definitely try and get into my horror era. I think I'd like to do a bit more manga next year. I want to try and get back to my manga again. I need to continue on with Attack on Titan manga. I've kind of had a little bit of a break from that. I need to carry on with that. The Realm of the Elderlings, I definitely want to try and read all of that in 2025 because I've been saying it for years and years and years. I am determined to try and read The Realm of the Elderlings, so I think I'm probably going to have to restart it again and do the Farseer trilogy, try and do one book a month and do it that way. Throne of Glass, I need to finish Throne of Glass, so I'm probably going to do reread of Throne of Glass next year because I still haven't read Kingdom of Ash yet. So yeah, I think those are probably my big plans for 2025, but I'm really excited to see where the year goes and hopefully grow my booktube channel a bit more. I actually just hit over 1,000 subscribers on my Instagram at the end of October, which is really exciting. So I'll leave obviously all my links and stuff down below if you wanted to go and give me a little follow. But yeah, I think those are my kind of immediate plans for 2025. Okay guys, so that is the end of your book tag. I really hope you enjoyed it. Do let me know in the comments some answers to these questions if you've done the end of your booktube tag. If you haven't done it, I'll tag you if you want to do it. It's really fun. I think it's good to kind of get an idea for what you want to try and get done by the end of the year and what your kind of goals and plans are for next year. So that's really exciting. So if you liked this video but didn't have anything to say, leave me a winter themed emoji, like a snowflake or something wintry. If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it, and I will see you guys all in my next video very soon. Bye guys.